and seats due to be contested are being put to a vote. First African nation to host the event, Nairobi faces rival bids from London, Rome, and Munich. BBC News.
If you're in the mood for a bit of romance, stick around because we have lined up some fabulous stories to share with you. This is Outlook from the BBC World.
We need to rescue.
Our mics are hot. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See that? Something's wrong here for me.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, look good on this side.
It look good because it's still telling me to go live on this side.
Oh, I do see this still. I do still see go live.
I don't know what's going on.
Let me go live. Let's see. Go live and play intro.
Oh. All right, there we go. Now we
ready for
yes.
So, welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See That.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangster.
Baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know.
Now you know. And let's see here. Where's our disclaimer? It's Monday morning too, y'all.
It is.
Pardon me if I need to get rid of some brain fog. Here we go.
The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carrot Festa Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. Enjoy the show.
Live?
Yeah, we live and ain't going nowhere.
No, sure enough ain't.
And riding with us this morning, we got the one and only King Jab.
Yes,
How y'all doing today?
The voice
pretty
of the
good.
people, the voice of the
King Jab is our other co-host.
Yeah. So I mean, y'all know the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club got a bench.
Yes, we do.
And that bench run deep.
Starters, too.
All starters. So yeah, let's check in, y'all. So weekend, how was the weekend? Was just like crazy, right?
It was a lot going on.
It
we
was.
had a lot of backpack giveaways. Shout out to the city, because one thing our city do is show up and show out for these children.
Yes, Lord.
And for the community, when there is a call to action, usually we show up.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. You had the Saturday Market Shop. You had Crunk Coco and them backpack. You had Chill Wheels. You had Antoine's.
You had Bad and Bougie over at China Boy. They did their thing. They were doing hygiene kits and stuff.
They were just everywhere, and just thinking that like no child should go back with
Silver Lake. I got a text from Silver Lake and James Swain
everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? What's your take on it, man?
I seen Maurice Spates make a statement that maybe we should consider, joining all this as one conglomerate.
Okay.
And just really doing it big. Even if we do it in different locations, let's get all together so we can pool the resources. And
I hear coordination. And me and my wife, we talked about this. What's good, UB? Thank you.
Yeah, good morning.
Making roll call this morning.
And Tiffany.
And Tiffany, thank you for the roll call check-in. So one body and many members is where I landed with it, right? Like, you know what I mean? I think when we talk about how we need to come together and be united, I think we are more united than we give ourselves credit for. Yeah. And I think we were united as a community on the need to make sure that these children have the supplies that they need and got it done. Like,
and we shout out, I seen it like once one was over, they say, hey, go over there to this one and go over there to that one.
I saw donations from one to the other. Shout out to Fusion 49th. I saw Renee give backpacks to Fusion 49th because she had like 800, maybe 1,000 backpacks, gave 200 backpacks to another group, So, I mean,
I got a confession. So
this is my confession.
People in the community, they was at the Little League.
Okay. At Lakewood. Yeah.
So they was giving out Jan Sports.
Okay.
So I tell my grandson, I'm like, these was like our spray ground, like this is
because
it's a good
So I was hyping it so good. He was like, "You want it? You can have it."
So you got you a backpack. Out the deal.
My spray ground.
No, them spray ground is what they want.
What?
That's what they looking for?
Oh yeah, them $60, $70, $100 and some dollar backpack.
Wow.
They got it. Yeah.
Wow.
Because Jam Sports was it Jam Sports?
Jam Sports,
yeah, that's what it was for us.
Yeah,
we was doing it if we had you a nice little Jam Sport.
See, I don't even remember backpacking. I can't even remember. I mean, I went to so many different schools.
Members only jacket.
I did have a members only jacket.
So listen,
I did have a members only jacket.
So today, depending on where you're at in this, so across the bridge is the first day of school, right? So today we did affirmations. So my brother do affirmations, 5 affirmations every morning in the car with his kids. So they do a prayer before they pull out. Then, they have to do 5 affirmations. So Giselle did it. And I'm going to say this one.
Okay.
The last one, she said, thinking about the thing is not doing the thing.
Go ahead, Giselle.
She say, doing the thing is the only way to do the thing.
Doing the like that. Is not doing the thing.
Doing the thing is the only way to do the thing. And that was the last one. I just wanted to throw that out there.
No, I appreciate that. And you mentioned it, like in some places school has started. So school starts tomorrow here in Pinellas County. And so what does your family need to do tonight to make tomorrow easier? Put it in the chat. What do you do tonight to make tomorrow morning easier?
So you know what tonight would be? Your clothes is already out.
Oh, I mean, you ain't got to tell.
No, but some people you do. You know what I mean? Like you say what it is. So tonight, it would be really good if you don't have this routine, is to have a nice dinner with the family before they go off to school, to sit down and talk about expectations and what the plan for this school year is going to be, and what does that first week of school look like to you.
We do breakfast.
You do breakfast? Yeah. Okay. The morning of?
Okay, I like that too.
Oh, that's what's up. That's amazing, man. I don't have like no dog in that fight right now.
Hey, you know what else? It's probably gonna be hard. Bedtime.
Oh yeah, because they have been up so the boys was there, for the last couple of weeks, and they don't go to sleep.
You gotta wake up and tell them to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's it. I'm waking up and when you wake up, like, why y'all still up?
You know what I do? What I realized over the summer, I made them put the cell phones down and they go to sleep.
Yeah.
If they don't have cell phones, they lay down, they end up falling asleep.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's absolutely the thing. And so knowing that preparation, of course, is more than just buying school supplies or setting an alarm. It's understanding that, you got to know the rules and what's changing or what's happening before we really get into it. And so there are some changes that have been made that we're going to highlight. We're going to talk about some of the school policies that are new. There was a state law that actually changed one of the policies, but I want to do a would you rather. So would you rather return to your first day of middle school or your first day of high school, knowing everything that you know right now? Which one would you take? Middle school or high school? First day.
I'm going to high school.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. It just sounds cooler.
Why? High school, first day of high school?
I'm trying to think which one. My first day of high school, I remember I wore this me and my cousin dressed alike.
Okay.
Because that was the thing.
Yeah.
And I had on a red bongo outfit.
Okay.
Right? I had my hair pulled up with candy curls and a bang in the front with candy curls.
Okay.
Right? It was red with flowers all over it.
So remember all of this?
Yeah. I have no memory of what I wore on the first day of high school, except for maybe 11th grade.
I can't tell you nothing.
I remember first day of 11th grade.
I remember the first day of freshman year.
And I'm surprised that I remember because of the things that we was doing the first day of 11th grade.
I don't remember none of the other first days.
That's what made it memorable.
Okay, all right. So that was memorable.
Yeah, it was memorable.
I'm like,
I think because we dressed alike, that's why I remember it more, because I can't tell you no other first day.
King Jack, what you doing, man? Return to the first day of middle school or your first day of high school? Knowing what you know,
I'm going to have to go high school because my middle school was kind of rough.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, we went to middle school in a rival neighborhood in California.
Okay, that's right.
I didn't go to middle school in Florida.
Yeah.
And for like a 10-day period,
in middle school,
had to bump and grind to get home. So it was kind of
it was a long walk home. Yeah,
like middle school was you are forced to come off the porch, bro. We got to fight to get back to the house.
Yeah,
but you know what?
Yeah.
If you go back to middle school, because I really believe that middle school is kind of determine what kind of student you're gonna be.
Okay. Okay.
And because elementary, you have so many guards. Like you only got one teacher, maybe two for the majority part of it. Yep. Your parents really kind of help dictate all this other. When you get to middle school, is all these people from different schools. You got 6 or 7 classes, and then you have a whole. Now you have to be, really on your schedule, not missing, getting to them different classes and all that.
On your schedule, no, that's when you actually get a schedule.
Yeah, but you got to be on your P's and Q's in there. And I really think that middle school determines how the rest of your school, the rest of, you're going to be in school.
I'm going to agree with that because throughout middle school, my determination was, and I told my mama this, because I came from Florida magnet programs and I went to California. So now coming out of middle school, I told my mama straight up, I said, I don't want to go to a public high school. I got to go to private school because the public school is not going to challenge me.
Wow. Wow. Like you knew that going in. Yeah.
It's not going to do nothing for me.
Yeah. Wow.
So the private, the high school that I went to was, even when Brother Rizzo was there, when I told him, he was like, yes, Sarah. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
he knew that school.
No, we known for football and you gotta have enough academics to even be here.
Okay, gotcha.
It was very academic high school, so
that's what's up. What would you take more seriously in school if you went back to school? Like something that you would take, like that you didn't take serious that you would now, knowing what you know now.
I wish that they was doing NILs when we was in high school. Because could you think about how many star athletes went to the streets?
Yeah.
Like if these boys was hitting colleges and getting these $300,000, $400,000, $500,000,
then you would take it more seriously. Yeah,
way more seriously. We're not even taking it seriously now. Like I've been thinking about it. Say what's wrong with Little League football? We didn't think about the business of football.
Right. We thinking about the fun. We got
our athlete out here cussing on camera, and there's people looking to invest in us.
Maybe we need to have a conversation with Little League.
A whole conversation ready for it.
You already got the cue.
Look, I like that. You know what? I probably would have. So one thing I think if I would go back, I would have went to the reserves.
Okay.
I would have went to the military.
Okay.
I let my brother Octavius talk me out of it, and he was in the military.
Okay. I mean, that's a credible messenger. Then.
Yeah, that's why I went with. He was like, "No, go to college." He's like, "Go to college, don't come in." But I had already did ROTC all through high school.
Oh man!
So it just kind of.
You would have been so straight.
Right, I should have went.
You would have been, man.
I should have went to the military
My son put me on. This was a revelation that I just had that I didn't know.
Okay.
When I came home from prison, I could have went to the military.
Oh, really?
And you can do that. My son just came out of boot camp. He was like, man, several people that just came home from prison.
Wow.
So depending on your charges and stuff like that. And if I'd have known, I would have went.
You would have did it.
What
would I have done? I probably would have kept running track. So I ran track in middle school.
Okay.
And then in high school, I had a culture shock. So I was, middle school, like number one, we run it like can't nobody outrun us, right?
Yeah.
And then of course, when you had that 8th grade summer, so that was like 14, 15, I'm starting to be able to hang out a little later. I ain't got to be home exactly when the street lights come home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I got a little more grace. And by the time we got into like 9th grade, went to the first like track tryouts. And I'm a freshman still thinking like I'm the fastest one ever. and Jesse Bethune. I'll never forget. Jesse Bethune. And I'm like, whoa, like, okay, I really got to work for this thing. I just got distracted. Like, you like. Instead of wanting to stay after school, I couldn't wait to get back to the hood. You know what I mean? And so I would probably took, the sports aspect.
I did a lot in high school. Like, I don't think I missed out. Like, I cheered. I was the manager for the track team. I was in the French club, SGA. Like, I wish I would have took French more serious.
Okay.
And the one thing another regret is I wish I would have been on the swimming team.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you're a mermaid. So how could you?
Yeah. Like, I wish I would have did that. So
no doubt. So some of the changes that have been made into the Pinellas County school system, really, I think statewide, these are some changes. Yeah, the statewide.
I'm too old, Yubi.
That was the build up.
He said you can join up to 42. I'm too old.
Okay, I hear that. So cell phones and earbuds and smart devices, elementary and middle schools, there's changes to the cell phone policy. So phones and other wireless devices must be completely off from bell to bell. Silent, vibrate, airplane mode do not count as off. Earbuds and headphones generally cannot be used during the school day. And then middle school students may use devices before and after school, but elementary students may use them after school for transportation and parent communication only. In high school, phones have to be silenced during class. They said students may use them before school, after school, during lunch, and between class. And then classroom use is allowed only when a teacher specifically approves it for educational purposes. Earbuds and headphones are limited primarily to before school, after school, and lunch. They even have a policy around smart glasses and wearable recording devices. Mm-hmm. So smart glasses, camera-equipped eyewear, and similar recording devices must remain off or stored out of sight. They cannot be used at school, on school transportation, or doing school-sponsored activities. Exceptions remain for documented medical uses, IEPs, 504s, and emergencies. And so what y'all think? Should the phones be completely off for elementary and middle school students?
And high school students, too.
You think they should?
Yes,
completely
I do.
Off? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a cell phone? You made it home?
I mean, it wasn't cell phones.
That's my point. Yeah. Like, and let me tell you, and look how much more you know than these children today.
No, I think they know more than we do.
No, they don't. They have access to phones that give them the answers immediately. They don't like if you take their phones away, they don't know a lot.
I was thinking about like other stuff that they know. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff that they know that we did not know. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that we didn't know that, having a phone now you can know.
But you had to go and research it. You went, you pulled out the book, you read it, you had to listen, you had to talk to people to get the answer if you didn't know it. Yeah. Now you don't have to do any of that. You can go here and say
that's good though, that you don't have to do any of that. Because now if you really focus and you really trying to do that, then you can do more of it in less time.
But they're not focusing. Like ask them to, once the chat GPT give it to them, ask them to read their paper. They can't read it.
We don't subscribe to all.
No, we don't subscribe to all, but a lot of them can't read it, right? Yeah. Tell them to explain exactly what they just wrote out.
Right.
They can't explain it. And it's because their memory, they haven't actually sat down and read it, did it repetition. They didn't talk to anybody to get any ideas and to get that knowledge so that it's soaked in. Somebody is generating it for them and then they're not reading it. And now you have kids that really, when you ask them questions that you think they should know because these are A students, they're looking like deer in headlights because they haven't received that information. And I don't see how that's helpful for our generation.
But I see it like this though, Q. Do you blame the tool or do you blame the user?
So that's crazy because I just really I just finished the course on AI prompting.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And in the AI prompting, there was a study that a professor did, and I swear he had to be a black professor, where he did white script.
I saw that,
behind, and all the students did their assignment, and the white script said something like, if they prompted it to say something about an elephant.
Yeah.
And the assignment had nothing to do with an elephant. And 90% of the class failed because they had something about an elephant.
Yeah.
And they didn't even proofread it.
Yeah.
Right.
All I had to do was read it.
If you'd have just read what you turned in, I saw something like that. It was like 35 students, and out of the 35, 32 of them failed the test that he put. Yeah.
So let me tell you, you blame both.
The tool and the user?
Yes, you do. You blame both.
So let's flip it from blame to responsibility. How about that?
So
there's a difference between blame and responsibility.
It is. So I will say that when you go to school, this is why teachers get paid. It's your responsibility to know to catch these things, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, everybody done cheated in their life. If you get through with the cheat, kudos for you. But if you get caught, you get caught. I done got caught cheating before, and you know what? I had to go back and do the work.
I had a mastermind ways to cheat.
I did too. Like, I mean, there was listen.
I see. I was different. It was harder to cheat than it was to just do it.
No, you know what? Let me tell you. Sometimes
they're trying to figure out how to cheat, to put it on your arm, all in the sleeve. I
had it on the pencil. I wrote it down on the pencil. Wrote it down on the pencil.
I got to do it for the multiple.
It's just beat it. You beat the system.
I'm looking at that.
You don't have the answers on your head.
Oh man,
looking.
That was a lot of work. Cheating was too much work for me.
Sometimes it was.
Yeah, maybe I wasn't in the right circle or something, because it was just like, you know what, I rather.
But you know what? When I got caught, I got caught, and you know what? I had to do the work. So listen, cheating ain't always the way to go.
Right. So other policies too, and I want to get to these before we get to the break. We got a lot to cover today too. So there's e-bike, e-scooters, and electronic transportation changes. So there's new rules that cover electronic bikes, scooters, skateboards, or battery-powered transportation. You can bring it. They say bringing one to school is a privilege, not an automatic right. They have to be parked in the right locations. Students cannot charge these devices using school outlets, and they must walk or carry them when they're on the school property. Got to put them in parking lots. The other thing too, and I think this was when I thought of you when I saw this, Jab. They said Florida's Second Chance Act created a new heart screening requirement. So beginning July 1st, incoming 9th grade athletes and students in grades 10 through 12 participating in FHSAA high school sports for the first time must receive a one-time ECG or EKG. It has to be completed before tryouts, practices, or workouts. Students must submit the required EL1 documentation to get an exemption. Athletes who previously participated in high school sports are not required to repeat the screening, although the screening remains recommended. The purpose is to detect hidden heart conditions that could cause sudden cardiac arrest during physical activity. Pinellas County Schools is working with Who We Play For to offer accessible screenings. So
they need to make sure that is implemented immediately. That happened with my son.
Okay. That's why, like I said,
went through high school.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about it after.
So we're gonna talk about that. Trigger, right? Trigger, right? It's 8:00, and so after the break, we got a lot that we're gonna cover. A lot of ground to cover. We're gonna talk about some voter rights, the South St. Pete updates. We're gonna continue the conversation that we had.
And we're gonna talk about the stray cat too.
Okay. Talk about the stray cat. All right, so stick around, stay for the stray cat.
Okay.
I'm from here. We'll be back.
Hey everyone, we are diving right into this explainer, breaking down the South St. Petersburg CRA 10-year check-in report, and we're going to explore exactly what it means for a neighborhood's future. 10 years ago, a massive promise was made to revitalize this community. Today, we're popping the hood, looking at the hard data, and seeing what actually happened, where all that money went, and how the community has transformed as a result.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll hit the demand for change, the neighborhood account, a financial boom, the displacement paradox, the way forward, and finally, why your voice matters.
All right, section 1, the demand for change, advocating for investment.
Let's take it back to 2009. Grassroots organizers got together over 100 residents and stakeholders, actually, and launched what they called Agenda 2010 and the 2020 Plan. They built a seriously powerful platform demanding a formal vehicle for change. They wanted to reverse decades of unequal investment and policies that were just disproportionately hurting Black residents in South St. Petersburg. And because of that fierce advocacy, by 2015, the Community Redevelopment Area, or CRA, was officially born. The whole point was prioritizing affordable housing, small businesses, and the economic well-being of the folks who are already living there.
Moving on to Section 2, the neighborhood accounts, funding mechanism. So to make that ambitious change a reality, the city had to literally draw the lines. This area encompasses a massive 4,700-acre geographic boundary. At the time they created it, it held over 33,000 people. That was roughly 14% of the city's entire population. But a line on a map is just step one. You need a way to actually fund it. That brings us to how we pay for it all. Let's strip away all the bureaucratic jargon for a second. The funding mechanism is called tax increment financing, or TIF. Honestly, just think of it as a local neighborhood account. When the CRA was created, property values were basically frozen at a baseline. As those values inevitably rise over time, they generate new, additional tax revenue. Now, instead of that new tax money just disappearing downtown into the city's general fund, it gets locked in. It's deposited directly into this special neighborhood account to be reinvested right back into South St. Petersburg. Pretty smart, right?
Okay, Section 3, a financial boom, exceeding expectations.
You guys, the sheer scale of this financial boom is, honestly, it's wild. When the plan was written 10 years ago, planners were predicting a solid $7 million in trust fund growth for the first decade. But the reality? A staggering $70.4 million actually hit that account. Actually, scratch that. It wasn't just a boom. In just the first 10 years, they blew past the estimates for the entire 30-year lifespan of the plan. Financially speaking, this CRA has been an absolute revenue-generating machine.
Which brings us to Section 4, the displacement paradox, unintended consequences.
Well, here's where we really need to pause and look at the human side of all this. The report bluntly points to what it calls the displacement paradox. The CRA was designed to uplift legacy residents, right? The people already living there. But as the neighborhood became significantly wealthier on paper, we're talking a massive 141% spike in median home values, it simultaneously lost 21% of its Black population. So the very people who fought for this revitalization are increasingly finding themselves completely priced out of the neighborhood they helped build. When you look at the demographic shifts from 2012 to 2023, it is incredibly stark. While the Black population inside the CRA dropped sharply by 21%, the white population actually increased by 53%. Remember, this was a historically 72% Black neighborhood when the plan started. When you see that kind of rapid racial turnover, it's a massive, glaring indicator of active displacement. And to its credit, the 10-year check-in report doesn't sugarcoat it. They explicitly name gentrification as the force transforming the neighborhood right now. By definition, as higher income folks move in and housing costs skyrocket, the neighborhood physically changes. And that results in vulnerable legacy residents getting pushed out, which fundamentally changes the cultural heartbeat of the entire community.
All right, Section 5, the way forward, adjusting our course.
So with these stark facts right in front of us, the question isn't if the neighborhood is changing, it's how do we adjust the steering wheel right now so the people who needed this plan the most aren't left behind? The report gives us 5 specific recommendations for the way forward. First, we need to have the courage to get curious, get involved, and have the tough conversations. Second, we must clearly define what we want and keep those impacted legacy residents at the dead center of it all. Third, identify the barriers so we can get those massive TIF funds deployed way faster and easier. Fourth, go back and revise those original 2015 action plans to directly tackle this wave of displacement. And fifth, build the actual structural infrastructure to get the vision done. The original residents absolutely have to stay at the heart of this planning.
And finally, Section 6, your voice matters. Get involved today.
Look, this explainer is really just the starting line of the conversation. The road ahead needs drivers, navigators, visionaries. So my big question to you is, are you ready to step up and help guide this community's journey for the next decade? Will you help us make sure the next 10 years prioritize restoration over displacement? Here is exactly how you can take action today. Share your voice by jumping on the official survey at policypartners.org. Just make sure you do it by August 15th. And please mark your calendars and show up to the community event on September 2nd. At the end of the day, this is our neighborhood, these are our resources, and it's our future. If we don't step up and shape it, who will?
wounding 37. Meanwhile, in Belgorod, Russia, a Ukrainian drone attack killed 5.
Oh, found something new out every day. And guess what? We are back.
Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And who we got?
It's King Jab, man.
That's what's up. And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See That.
We'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangsta.
Baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know.
Now you know. So before the break, we were giving some updates around back to school, some of the back to school requirements, and new policies and rules. And Jab, you had a thought on the back to school thing that was interrupted because we had to take the break. We were talking about the EKG, and you were saying,
what happened
with your son? Yeah.
Just so happened he went to his senior year of high school.
Okay.
And on a checkup, they found something going on with his heart.
Wow.
So we had to turn down athletic scholarship, which was that was the plan anyway.
Okay, to not accept.
Because we had already decided you were going academic.
Okay.
Because you had the academic scholarships and you had the athletic scholarships.
Okay.
Which is another conversation, y'all.
Okay, there we go.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Because
that's right. That's right.
You're gonna go to a D2 and he can get an academic scholarship.
Yeah, and do a whole lot.
And do a whole lot.
Yeah.
This man. He did his big one.
I'm wondering with this requirement for them to do these EKGs and do you think that may become a barrier for low income families if you can't get the appointment or if you
already
can't?
offering them for free.
Okay.
When it first came out, they were offering them for free.
Okay.
And it's not a hard test. It's like something you go and they
they just put you on the machine
10 minutes. So it's like
okay.
Ramping the price up and trying to charge people crazy is crazy.
Yeah.
And some providers are offering them for free.
That's what's up. So so those are a couple of the new rules. Make sure that you are following it and you stay on top of those types of things. Social media buzz with
I'm gonna say this, St. Pete.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say this is I hate how we gang up sometimes for the wrong stuff.
Okay.
Right. I looked at the post hold on,
I'm gonna say it this way. The things we make go viral.
Yeah, the things that
the things that we make go viral.
And we make the stupidest stuff go viral.
Okay, so go ahead, Q.
So we're gonna talk about the stray cat.
Okay.
Right. And the post that happened. And a matter of fact, let's go ahead and tag the people who work at the stray cat.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I mean, because that's how we do it.
That's really how we do it. Like we
want you to know that you're a part of. Yeah. There's a seat at the table with your name on it.
And what happened?
You've been doing that.
No, and you know why?
That would have saved you. That way they can get context.
Yeah, come on in here.
Well, here's the thing, because people gonna tell them, hey, they were talking about you on the show, and then people get all huffy and puffy and don't know what we was actually saying.
And then what they say when they bring it to them be totally wrong.
Yeah.
Right. And then so we be in this space and then, we don't want that. Okay, so I'm tagging.
Okay.
So the stray cat yesterday, there was a post that was made allegedly.
Okay.
By Dan.
Okay.
And it was shared by a lot of people.
Yeah.
The whole city. And it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that thing was making rounds.
It really was. And let me tell you, so I started because people sent it to me. I started to do my little research, right?
Okay.
And I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, but I started to do my little research.
Okay.
Why is it the only person that got this?
Headphones up.
Because no, I'm trying to see why the only person that got this screenshot is the one page that's only been up for a month.
Got questions. Okay.
Got questions, right?
Okay.
Nobody else saw this post and screenshot it. One thing I know about St. Pete, we are some screenshotting people. You see how we just shared this post that one person did it, and it's so quick to jump on the bandwagon because you don't like somebody.
Okay.
Right? Or you're looking for something to be wrong with somebody.
Okay.
Right? And so I think we really got to do better. Like, St. Pete of a whole, we're all in it together.
So you're questioning the validity
I don't believe
or the
it.
legitimacy of the screenshot? You don't think that was Dan who made that post?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I really don't. Yeah. And let me tell you why. And again, I could be wrong on this. Typically when Dan because Dan will do and say some things that ruffle people's feathers. Yeah. But typically Dan stand on what he say.
Yeah, you don't see Dan delete too many posts.
No. I ain't never say he did delete any.
Yeah. You don't see him delete too many. And
usually what he does is he come in and he stand on what he say.
Okay. King Jal.
Why are we here?
Wow.
I as a business owner, it's hard for me to come out and attack another business owner when the source was first introduced to social media June 7, 2026.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's obviously a fake news page.
Okay.
So I want to first go to the credibility of the source before I put all these emotions in a post.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I'm going ham and
yeah, them comments was off the.
This was bad as man slapped my hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
For real. So so we ain't check the source.
Okay.
And then I'm when I say why are we here, it's just the energy around my people, bro.
Right.
It's the energy, bro. We put so much energy in things that will have no cause or effect or progress for us.
Yeah.
Like I literally said before it was Dan, it was the Dollar Tree.
Okay. Yeah.
Which my business is right in the plaza with Dollar
I saw
Tree.
your post. I saw a post that said somebody was mourning the Dollar Tree closing, and then you said
it's 11 black businesses in this plaza.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 11
in that same plaza where Dollar Tree is.
11 in this plaza.
Yeah.
Restaurants, everything, hair, tattoo, barbershop.
Yeah.
Rod Wave them is opening a restaurant.
Okay. Yeah, in that same plaza.
In the same plaza.
But the headline becomes the Dollar Tree closing.
And we won't even put energy into us.
Yeah, pouring into our business.
And you say us, then you talk about this. So I'm gonna say this too. It's a lot of us that don't invest in us either. Right? I know a lot of
hold on, clip that.
It's a lot of us that don't invest in us too.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, a lot of millionaires, a lot of people that's in business that can partner up and help other people invest in their ideas and they choose not to, right? And you can call Dan a lot of things, but I also know a lot of people that he done help dreams come true.
Yeah. And I think that's a part of that's been part of the problem, right? Or the issue that the way that I've seen it is they saying like they have an issue with him being behind the scenes and making money off of black people is what.
So let me say
that's one of the narratives. And that's what the post was saying. The post was like, I love the blacks because they made me rich. That's what the line was. And because there's this dominant narrative that Dan is, basically getting rich off of our community with, all of the negative things.
Rich, are we making him rich or are we making him and his black wife rich?
And are we and all of his black partners? Because typically in our community, and not saying that he doesn't have other partners and other things, they're getting money as well.
Okay.
Right. And so when you look at it, like it's much.
Yeah.
And listen, I would think it'd be crazy.
Yeah. And I want to be clear that this is not a defensive.
No, this is not.
I want to say this. I want to say this right here on air. Dan.
Yeah.
Just delete social media. You are the softest target in St. Pete right now.
Yeah.
You're like I'm a convicted felon. I know how I feel.
Okay.
So now it ain't about.
Yeah,
this post is about your prior felonies.
There you have it.
Yeah,
because you've said things that make this thing.
It's not like we gonna believe this because we ain't like because you said this.
You said
and we know you said it.
No,
I hear that.
Yeah.
So let me just recap it. So there's things that we know he said, and that's what make this post believable, right?
So it's like, you got. We know you go. We know you rob banks. And this bank just got robbed.
Right. Even though this ain't. Even though this the one that you didn't rob.
But they look at it.
It might not be you. You might have an alibi.
Yeah. So what y'all think, y'all? Do you think that the post was real, and does it matter to you if it was? Because I think that's another part of it too. Like some people will even look at it and like, even if it ain't real, it don't matter because what you said because of his priors.
I see now when you come to individuals or citizens, like your page is your platform. And however you plan it, post, that's your business.
Yeah,
you can't attack people. You can't tell people what to say or to think.
Right.
I don't like business owners sharing this.
Okay.
Because as a business owner, you know what it is to invest financially and blood, sweat.
Today is Dan, tomorrow is somebody else. They were on JQ's. You know what I mean? They went hard on him. And again,
about his mouth though.
Yeah, but see, you think you could say anything to anybody and think that there's no reaction, right? And that's not fair. Like you can pop off on them, but I do think as a business owner, you need to have a little bit more self-control. And you need to censor yourself, but you can't tell people how to feel emotionally when they have invested their time and their money and they're trying to feed their families. Like when you start something, usually you take your life savings and then you deep in, and then somebody comes in. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a when you're a business owner, because this is the preacher for my wife.
Okay.
You know how many, you say you stop and delete. You know how many times I can't post what I want to say
because the impact that it would have on
I have people that spend money with me.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And I can't present myself in front of my business. I can't.
Yeah. You got to have that discretion.
Yeah. So it's a discretion. So
shout out to my wife, because my wife told me that too. Like when I was on council, like it was a lot of things that my wife wanted to post or wanted to share, but she wouldn't share because Brother John is a council member.
Or even when you want to post, I say get off them people posts.
You've been on me hard lately. Because I've been I backspace and delete so many, and then the ones I don't, Q be like, "What you doing? Why are you in the comments? Why you in that?"
But I just want to say, Pete, we really got to do better. And when you look at, like you said, the source of it, again, this page haven't been up longer than half of y'all have been friendships, right?
Okay.
Y'all, you know, you like it's crazy that somebody can come in. And again, June 7th is when the first post was made on there, and this is a credible source. Also, we want to think about this is the only person that got it. St. Pete, again, we done shared it a million times. St. Pete itself.
But it's only one screenshot.
It's only one screenshot. So I would say.
And the time between the screenshot and the post was 2 minutes.
And another thing, I want to know what phone you can do the FaceTime. If y'all look, there's a little camera, a little FaceTime camera up there with the screenshot. I did every screenshot I could to try to get that there, and I couldn't. So I don't know what phone that is, but y'all, before we jump on the bandwagon, and I don't care who it is, and again, this is not supporting or you know what I mean. I'm just like, we got to do better.
Yeah, here's what I say, and then we can jump up off of it. I think the that golden rule thing, right? A whole treating people the way you want to be treated, doing unto others as you would be. You know what I mean? When you point one finger, you got others pointing it back at you. And so, if it is true, okay, it's true. But if it's not true, you want to acknowledge the fact that this is you know, check the sources because it's Dan today, but it may be your business tomorrow.
Can we?
You know what I'm saying?
Used to do that, man. Like if somebody said something like, such and such said, you gonna go and say, okay, hold on. Did you say this about me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
you're gonna pull the string and get to the bottom of it.
And can we stop saying about nobody goes in business not to make money. Okay, let's say that nobody goes in business not to make money. I don't care what it is. Like if you invest in something, you want a return on your investment.
Yeah.
So like, stop it.
Yeah.
All these crab shops come in here, they do crabs, and some of these prices are ridiculous.
And the recipes that they got in them crab shops, like they stole them from black people, and ain't nobody got no problem with that whole part of it. So yeah, I'm gonna get up off of that.
We're done with it. I just wanted to bring that to light and make y'all say,
Go ahead.
Every community, when I say community, this means every race besides black people have a staple investment in black people.
Okay.
The Arabs have a staple where black people is going to be the Asians.
We're the target. You know
what I mean? Because we're the hardest on each other, and we don't feel like we should bring each other up for some reason. I don't understand it, because you made me stop saying financial racism, black on black financial racism.
Wow.
And it's crazy because we got energy around who making money when we move the black money.
Yeah.
Shout out to Reno.
Shout out to Reno, the black money movement.
So don't complain about where it's going when you move it.
Right. When it moves, don't be mad. Yeah. All right, y'all. So another thing that's happening. So it's early voting. It started, and there's a Count Me In. It's called the movement is Count Me In. It's bringing joy to the polls. And so St. Pete turnouts. Count Me In is a civic hub operating during early voting, which started Saturday, and it runs through August the 16th. These are events that are happening downtown at the Supervisor of Elections office. They're free and open to the public. It's a civic hub right next to City Hall because the early voting location is there. And the goal is to make voting feel welcoming, understandable, and joyful. And so if you need some information about how to vote, you're not sure if you can vote, you're not sure if you got fees and fines, or you got, something going on, this civic hub is open from 11 to 7 every day of early voting. And you can go down because, voting is definitely serious business. But the idea, and today is actually small business. So they got a theme. I can probably pull it up. I'll share it. There's themes for each day, and today is the small business theme. So they're supporting small businesses, inviting small businesses to come out to participate. And every day of early voting is another one of the ways that, it's just a contribution to say we should be celebrating voting. We shouldn't be like making it a duty or a chore or something that you got to do. Like when you come and vote, like you should be happy to vote. You should be excited about it, even though the candidates are not so exciting these days. But that's available again. Supervisor of Elections is happening every day of early voting. Early voting is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then the civic hub for you to get the information is open from 11 to 7. And then we're also doing this survey. This is what the people say. So we are doing a survey for the South St. Pete CRA. Y'all know we did the 10-year check-in report.
Well, my business ain't in the CRA. Go ahead,
and Jab, King Jabs. My business ain't in the CRA. What about my business?
That's a big issue that our candidates ain't looked at.
Yeah, and, businesses outside of the CRA.
Yeah, they don't. It's not even a thought process.
True.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
No, I mean, yeah. I ain't gonna argue with you, and you're right. And so with this survey, what we're doing is basically getting a snapshot. It's not scientific yet because we're still getting it. You saw it during the break. We're asking people to take the survey. But out of the responses that we got like 71% of the people who live in the CRA, not all of them, those who took it live in the CRA. And here's some of what they said. One of the questions is, do you believe that the progress in the CRA is benefiting them? On a scale of 1 to 5, the average rating on whether South St. Pete is moving in the right direction for a longtime residents, it was 2.5. So it was like halfway out of the 5. So do you feel like the progress that's being made in the South St. Pete CRA is benefiting long-term residents?
I want to say, because I know you guys do the study.
Yeah.
Could you guys earmark where does the funding actually go to, and how many times do it go to the same entity?
That's another layer, because what we use was like the publicly available data, which was the annual reports.
Yeah.
And all of the reports were not consistent in how they were done over the 10 years. And so we weren't able to see that. But that's another part of the work that's in front of us.
I think that one of the problems that we have is we're funding insanity.
Okay.
Say, if it don't work, you keep doing it over and over and over again. So let's check where the money going, and then say, hey, let's fund something that's actually going to be more impactful.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So and that was another one of the things too, was just, how do you measure impact? Because in the plan, there were not clearly defined, measurables on like how will we determine the return on this investment. So Q, do you think the progress that's being made in this South St. Pete is benefiting long-term residents?
I'm yes and no.
Okay.
You seen where Central just kind of like popped up.
Okay.
Going all the way down there. I don't think that it benefit all of the long-term residents here. Mm-hmm. Like I remember when I wanted to apply for the CRA, and I had a business that I wanted to go, and part of it was that I had to already invest, like they were matching, but you had to put the money in. And so like, if I'm a starter and I have to prove that I have I done spent $100,000 to get $100,000. If I had $100,000 right then, my business would already be started.
They treat you like a regular bank institute.
Right. And then
you can't loan it to you. We got a loan, you got to practically have it for us to get
right. And you had to do it. And so that barrier right there was discouraging within itself. Cause like, hey, where do I get this 100,000? And it's supposed to be money to help grow it.
Yeah.
And so that was a deterrent. And so what you'll see is the businesses that's already up and running, you saw them upgrade.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So, and what it's saying is that another one of the questions was like, who has been benefiting from it? And 43% said that it feels like developers and newer residents are benefiting more than the long-term residents. And so what we've been doing is just trying to contextualize this around what the intent is. And thank you for putting that in the chat. Yubi's actually one of the presenters. He got like he knows this stuff backwards and forwards. He says its intention was one thing. The actuality is different. It's being exploited by other people and developers, which is really one of the largest sentiments. And so the intent, Jab, is in the actual plan. It says that it is to revitalize the community without displacing those who live in the CRA. Right. So it's revitalization without displacement. It's intended to benefit the people who were living in the CRA. And the data is showing that there has been a population shift in the CRA. So 21% decrease in Black population, 53% increase in white population in the CRA.
But let's understand.
These are conversations.
You realize this big sky rise they built right across from the city building is in the CRA.
Yeah.
These are the developers he's talking about, because these $1 billion, they're using CRA money.
And then
we don't have the $100,000.
And it's actually three CRAs in the city. We're talking about the South St. Pete CRA specifically.
And the South St. Pete CRA starts at 5th Avenue North.
So
that's where the look at, but don't just stop at Central. Go back to 5th Avenue North and go down. Also, all of those homes have been purchased and redeveloped, and they use CRA money.
51% of the residents have housing concerns. They've identified rising rent as one of their concerns. They've expressed concern about no longer being able to afford the neighborhood. They're concerned about landlords selling or redeveloping properties out from under them. So you get a notice saying you got to move because I'm about to flip this house. And then some of the investments that they've been asking for include more investments in housing, rental units, wanting more down payment assistance and mortgage assistance so that people can become homeowners. And then there's 60% of the people said that they want to see more home repair and weatherization grants, so that, if you have a home, you can actually stay in your home.
Yes.
And the weatherization actually makes your bills go down. You know what I mean? So
those people don't have the money or the know-how to actually utilize
to navigate these programs.
And I think I think also is that like one of the requirements should be that you have to be here, like lived here at least 5 or plus years.
Yeah.
Before you can qualify for any of these funds.
And those are great. That's a great segue, because what we're doing is we're still asking you to take the survey. So you can take the survey by going to policypartners.org. There's groups that we want to hear from specifically, because when the data set come in, it's showing you who's taking it. And so we need to hear from more renters. A lot of people who have taken it are homeowners, and we want to hear what the renters' experience are. Jab, this will resonate with you because I saw your post. Another group that's not responding so much is those who are between the ages of 18 and 34, right? The younger demographic. Seniors living on fixed incomes, and then residents who've already been displaced, because 70% of the people are people who are still here. We also want to hear from people who used to live in the CRA. So if you moved to Wild you moved to Ruskin, but you used to live in South St. Pete, you can take the survey as well. You don't have to still live in the CRA or live, in the city to take it, because we want to hear from you about what caused you to leave. Like, did you have to leave, or did you just leave to pursue?
A lot of people got more bang for the buck somewhere else. And then they're finding their different community that appreciate them. Right?
My wife be on TikTok. She said, why it look like it's more black people and more black restaurants in Ruskin than it is the same thing?
Hello, somebody.
Because a lot of people, they moved up.
I'm looking at food. I'm like, dang,
and that's what people are doing. And so we want to hear what caused you to move, like, and the pressures, like, have you felt the pressure to actually leave? Like, have you been like thinking, man, I may not be able to stay here. I might have to get up out of the city. So we want to hear from people who are feeling the pressure, as well as like legacy business owners. That's another one. And then people who don't know too much about the CRA. Here's another thing that's been interesting to me as a part of this process. We out canvassing and we asking people, do you live in the South St. Pete CRA?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Say that again.
What's that?
9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10.
And these are the people that are remodeling their homes now that can use these funds.
Yeah.
So we have no idea what it is.
No idea. You don't even know what it is.
Can't even use it.
Yeah. People don't even know what the South St. Pete CRA is, what that is. Like, that's how we say it in St. Pete. What that is.
You say, huh? What? Huh?
Huh? What? CRA who? No, I don't know about that.
No, we don't trust the CRA.
For real. No, and it was one particular business owner would not get CRA funds because she was like, man, I'm not doing business with them people because I don't want to take the chance of having no liens or none of that stuff to jeopardize my business. And so, if you live in the CRA or not, please make sure that you take the survey. It's available. We're closing it out the end of this week. So, and then on September 2nd, we're going to review the data, the findings, and discuss the priorities with the community. And you'll hear more about that. I want to pause for the calls, y'all. Let you know that you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on WUJM 99 Gems, 99.1 FM. And we're talking about those things. School start, we covered that. New policies, new rules. Talking about the South St. Pete CRA. And if you'd like to support us, they can still send stars, Q.
Yeah, they still can send stars.
They ain't been sending the stars lately. Maybe
they do. Some people do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so maybe we have not as many because we have asked not as much.
No. So
go ahead, Jeff.
Let's therefore get some people off. Who you think is the highest donator of stars to the Tampa Bay?
We can actually see.
You know who one of the highest?
Who?
Dan.
Yeah, he's one of the highest. He's one of the most consistent.
Yeah, he is. Miss Teresa.
Miss Teresa, absolutely. Carrie St. Pete.
Yeah.
Debbie.
Yeah, Miss Debbie. Yeah. Oh yeah. So thank you for those who have been contributing and giving stars. And so now we want to get into this conversation. We started the conversation last week around this vote that was made at City Hall, and it was around prison wages and the idea of changing the system. And we invited King Jab because in the commentary. And shout out to Royce too. I appreciate Royce and how you engage in that. Somebody tag Royce. Royce, he usually be in here. So if you hear,
was in here.
Just raise your hand and make the roll call this morning.
He already did.
Right on. And so last week, the city of St. Pete discussed approving a $420,000 office paper products agreement with the Prison Rehabilitative Industries and Diversified Enterprises, aka PRIDE. And today we really want to go deeper into that conversation, whether we agree that the system is moving or not, and talk about what was actually proposed. And so before we, give the space to King Jab to give his take on it, here's the quick recap. So the city first received 2 bid solicitations that were unsuccessful, right? Staff negotiated with Mac Papers, WB Mason, and then PRIDE. PRIDE submitted the lowest bid and with the lowest estimated annual cost. the debate was not simply about the purchasing of paper, because you would think, and we're going to talk about this maybe Wednesday, this whole consent agenda. The consent agenda is where you make your purchases and where you do, where a lot of the business is being transacted on the consent agenda. So it was on the consent agenda and it was pulled off because on paper, it looks like, no pun intended, we just trying to buy paper. But they looking at who's this company. And so the debate was more than just, who it is. It became a larger question about whether or not the St. Pete government should benefit from products that are being made through prison labor and a system in which incarcerated workers may earn pennies per hour. Some council members focused on the costs, some focused on the training, others focused on the reentry, and then others questioned whether approving this agreement reinforces a system that exploits labor. And so one of the central questions was, does changing this system require us to accept a higher cost in the short term? And King Jab, when you saw the debate, what were some of the things that stood out to you, during the original prison wages conversation? And I wanted to create space for you to give your take, my brother.
First of all, I want to shout out the city council, because I think I might be guilty, how we say of the previous transgressions, because like when it comes to city council, you only see highlights and the things you don't like, but you don't realize the work that they do every week, every day. You know what I mean? So
as a former council member, I appreciate that.
I've seen that. So I want to shout out to the city council. And from what I've seen, as a general consensus, was a morality issue with paying prisoners such a low wage.
Okay.
I don't think it was more of a problem with it being prisoners. It was more some people saying we should give them more. And some people questioning, should we even do business with the entity that hires prisoners' income?
Like they're exploiting.
So this was the general consensus. And what I wanted to put to council is you have to consider a few things.
Okay.
Like when it comes to wages. There's no room and board. No utilities.
Okay.
And you're fed 3 meals a day.
Okay.
So this has to be considered when you're talking about wages.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And what people say is $1 is nothing, but you haven't been there, so you don't know.
Okay. So the value of $1 for somebody sitting on a dais or somebody, out here is different from the value of $1 to somebody in prison.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the company PRI, please, if y'all listening, y'all can hire me, because I feel like the people that y'all brought to present this to council, and from what I see, you guys do this all throughout the state. Y'all need somebody like me.
Okay.
Definitely do, because this is very helpful to people, but y'all not giving it to people in a way that they can understand that this will be helpful.
Okay. Gotcha.
First of all, in this contract, I wanted to know for our city council, the questions I would ask: what are the exact standards and skills that they'll get from this paper, this product that they're presenting to us?
Okay.
They did a lot of talking around other projects that they're doing.
Okay.
But that's not the project that we're getting.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So what are the skills? What's the transferable skills?
Right.
What's the hireable skills? What's the education level? Like you telling us, by you doing this over here does not exactly give us what we're doing in St. Petersburg.
Right.
What I talked about, what I seen and what's needed, because again, when they were having this, I was at the Coliseum.
We all was.
We were at the Coliseum.
Shout out to Amber Woods and Wildwood Heights. She's the one that opened this up for me with her video. So thank you for your advocacy and you just being present and then reporting on what you saw. So I appreciate it. I'm about to tag it.
And what I told you guys, the resource is amazing. The jobs could have been better. And my general consistency, when I went home and I thought about it, like, you can be mad, you can be frustrated, but it ain't these people's fault.
Okay.
It's your fault. You did your crime, you still paying your debts.
Oh man,
it's not over with because you're home. I don't fought through this. I'm still fighting through this.
That's what we talked about, the statute of limitations. It should be a statute of it's a statute of limitations on all things.
You can't be charged with certain crimes, but yet I'm still being looked at like I couldn't get my ACA because of a charge from 30 years ago.
Wow.
Okay, so when I seen some, so out of that setting, I said to you,
yeah,
well, if you don't have a skill, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at PRI as actually giving people skills.
Okay.
But y'all don't know how to tell people that y'all giving people skills.
Yeah.
The first thing is 6% of the people on the compound is illiterate.
Mm.
So if I got to get my GED first to come work in this factory to print,
yeah,
you're getting put in a position, you're getting set up.
Yeah.
And these are skills that you need.
Okay.
The second thing I heard was the Microsoft certification.
Okay.
Because if you come home and you can't send an email, how you get a job?
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
How you get a job if you can't communicate digitally now? So it's things, there's nuances in there that we should have looked at, because when I talked to Jabbar about that, he said, man, this was an excellent opportunity to negotiate.
Yeah. That's right.
This was an excellent opportunity to negotiate.
Yeah. And that's what that was a part of the debate when they were on the dais, was saying, okay, if there's a way that we can do, if we can have a conversation about the increase in wages, then, I would be able to entertain it. I think that might have been Councilmember Driscoll's position. Like, look, I'm not with it because of the wages, but if there's a way that we can talk about wages, then we can continue that conversation.
But to hear Jab talk about it, I see it in a whole different light. And this is sometimes when you're fighting for something for people and you don't really know because you're not in the situation.
Right.
And like you say, and then Corey kind of said that too.
No, he didn't kind of.
No, that's what exactly. That's what Corey said.
Exactly what he said.
He said that he knows people where that completely changed their lives. And when you think about it, like you do say, there is no rent. There isn't any of that. So when you're put that in perspective, that does make you look at it a little bit different. Now, I do think they should get paid a little bit more, but that's just me.
Lot more, yeah.
So think about this. Let me put this in a perspective.
Okay.
Certification. These are skills that you need when you come home.
And you pay for it.
I paid $1,700 to get my certification from Purdue University in prison for pest control.
Yeah.
This was for pest control.
Okay.
So if y'all are giving me these things, or if I have opportunity to get these things for free, this is what I need. Because if you're not a convicted felon, if you're a citizen, the most important thing that you can have or want is for these men to come home and be head of household.
Yeah.
Because if they can be in a position to be head of household, then you got a productive citizen living next to you.
Yeah. That increases safety. That increases neighborhood, community.
That's the main problem. So people need these skills before they go into society.
Yeah.
You need to have structure. You need to get up for work, be on time.
Yeah.
You need to have a manager. Because when you go in here, it ain't gonna be an officer telling you, this is what you gonna do today. It's gonna be another inmate.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be dealing with structure of management, and you need these skills to operate, because this is the reason why a lot of our young men, our people come on. They don't know how to operate in corporate America. So I feel like you snitching on me now. We over here fighting.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this part of this is another part of the conversation, Jab, around like systems change, because that's what I've been really focusing on. Following my time on council is like. And I posted this on the Amber's post. It's like a lot of times we focus on pulling people out of the river, and we don't invest the time to go to the upstream to see why people keep falling in. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the debate. Like, okay, we just keep pulling people out, but like, who's going to go and see why they keep falling in? And then if we can change something upstream to stop people from falling in, then let's do that. And I think that was the position. I know enough about Councilmember Floyd to know his position wasn't like, okay, we're not doing this because we don't want to help returning citizens. We don't want to help people who are in prison. But he's thinking about like the systems change. And if we're doing business with this system that we know or we believe is exploiting workers, right, based upon the wages, because he said it in the presentation, the guy from PRI said it in the presentation, there are instances where they do have to pay standard wages for these products. It depends on who you're doing business with. So if they're doing business with like Sumter County, or they're doing business with, another state, that other state may require them to pay the prisoners, a livable wage. You know what I'm saying? But because we're in Florida.
Well, that goes by product.
Yeah, it's like, okay, there you go.
Product.
Yeah.
It say it went by product. But I think that the presenter for PRI kind of lost Councilman Ritchie when he referred to the breaks in work.
Okay.
Because he made it seem like, they over here acting up, we can't get no work done. And that's the way I'm looking at the taste of what they're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
Yeah, like, that ain't how you make yourself fit. Yeah. Yeah, because we have stoppages and there's this and there's that. And so
but people don't realize, like, you've never been to prison. Do you realize that there's a prison economy?
Yeah.
There's an economy in prison.
Yeah.
There's an economy in prison.
Right.
You don't understand that $1.
Yeah.
When I text you, $1 can mean a lot in a situation where people getting killed for honey buns.
Yeah.
In prison, y'all.
Yeah.
If you owe me a honey bun, bro, I feel like you disrespecting me. I'm gonna handle you about that.
Yeah. Wow.
So now look at what you're doing. You're taking people out of a setting, putting them in a work setting. You're giving them something to be productive.
Yeah.
And you're giving them a wage. Now the wage.
Yeah.
I was in federal prison, this state prison. These people don't even get paid.
Okay.
Our Florida Department of Transportation, our highways are maintained by prisoners.
Right.
Free wage.
Right.
They didn't get $1.
So do you stop driving on the highway? Yeah.
They don't get $1 and they go cut grass and they can't kill the snakes. You can't kill the snake.
That's not allowed.
Yeah. So now you so you put your life in danger every day.
Yeah.
So this free wage. So now let's go to what really happened. Now I'm gonna write down a few jobs I had when I was in prison.
Okay.
Because these are the things that kind of shaped me. And I really thought about it. These are the things that kind of shaped the person that y'all seen when I came home.
Yes, sir.
My first job, I was at Fort Dix, where Diddy at Unicor.
Okay.
Unicor, we sold.
Sewing. Yeah.
We were sewing.
Yeah.
I know how to sew and make uniforms because we made military uniforms.
Okay.
They paid us by piece.
Okay.
1 month work at Unicor, you were on scales where you make $75, $150, and high scale $300.
Okay.
You do this for a month of work.
Right.
And we were paid by piece. I was a rec orderly in the weight room.
Okay.
Which was a big deal because if anybody was at Fort Dix, we came to the weight room, Jab was there.
Okay.
I got that job from an officer that was from Florida. Like, man, come on in here. I got you.
Yeah.
I worked part-time with psychology.
Okay.
What did I do with psychology? The same thing I did out here. I facilitated. I did purpose-driven life courses. We did drug courses, beginner typing,
right?
Beginner business, all of this stuff. I got certifications from all of this stuff I did in prison. And come down to Miami. I'm in Miami. I'm the number 2 cook in Miami.
Okay.
I'm cooking 2 meals a day for breakfast, lunch for 1,500 inmates and staff.
Right.
I was paid $119 a month. It's less than $1 an hour.
Yeah.
For this.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, y'all like, man, that's all you paid? Man, you know how it feels for me as a father to be able to send my kids presents for Christmas?
Yeah.
Or for birthdays? I ain't got to ask nobody.
Right. Right.
I ain't got to ask nobody, bro.
Yeah.
Because I've earned this.
Right.
And if anybody got anybody that's been in prison and you'll see him one time, you're like, damn, boy, you look good. He got that glow.
Yeah. So
that's because he in a position where he's self-sufficient. I ain't begging for stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't asking for stuff. And this is important when you're in prison, man.
And I think like what you're saying is absolutely valid. And it's one of those situations where I was watching a documentary with Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois, right? And they were talking about the differences in their approaches. And one of the things that, Booker T was like mostly famous for was like, we need to try and get our money up so that we can be self-sufficient and do these things, right? And so focusing on the economics, focusing on like not trying to go to these people and beg them to do something for you that you can, get skills and develop and do for yourself. W.E.B. Du Bois was like, well, we need to be advocating for civil rights. You know what I'm saying? And we need to be like, you talking about economics, but these people ain't even treating us right. Like we can't go sit here, we can't eat there. And so he was more on like the respectability side of the civil rights issue. And Booker T. Washington was saying, get your money up and compete. And so he built Tuskegee, creating industry for them to do it. And I think that's one of the same kind of conversations here. It's like, okay, how do you support prisoners with everything that you said, but also how do you challenge the system that even makes this possible?
So this is challenging the system because I'm speaking on a federal level. This is on a state level. So do you realize that when you go to jail, as soon as you're booked, they put you in debt?
Wow.
And they charge you every day that you're in the county jail now?
That system's change, yeah.
They charge you when you go in. I don't think they charge you every day, but they charge you your initial come in, whatever. It's like $20 when you first walk in.
Put you in debt.
Yeah.
So they charge you to be in prison.
Yeah.
So you have a fee to be in prison now. So they're automatically putting these men in debt.
Yeah. And we know that debt is slavery. That's what the book say, right?
And then you got to realize this is some of the people's rehabilitation. These jobs saved me.
Yeah.
These jobs kept me from crashing a lot.
I hear that.
You know what I mean?
I hear that.
These jobs helped me.
And that's the same way it is on the street. Like that's because I had a job. I stayed out of the mess.
Yeah.
Because I had a job to go to. So I hear that.
And you're taking me off of the, like, everybody got a job though. That's one of the things that people don't realize. Other people ain't got a job, people with money.
Yeah. Look, we gotta we're gonna turn the corner. We got 8 minutes left. So I want to do this real quick too, because as you highlighted those things, Jab, I wanted to lift up some of the work that's being done to impact the system and create some system change. And so I saw that there's what's currently being proposed is there's a Fair Wages for Incarcerated Workers Act. It was introduced in Congress, reintroduced in March of 2026. And this act would extend the federal minimum wage protections to incarcerated workers. And so if you're in federal prison, this act is saying, if you're in federal prison, we're going to pay you the federal minimum wage.
What is that?
That's it's like $7.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it's just having that across the board saying, if you're in a federal prison and you're doing work, then you should get the federal minimum wage for the work that you do.
To be extended to the state.
Yeah.
Because when you're in federal prison, the prison population is going to be mostly black male and foreign entities. Okay. So you really raising the rate because these people are just taking care of their families from in prison.
Right.
They pull people off vessels from Colombia and they come to prison because they know they can work in that unicorn.
Oh man.
And send home $300 a month and they'll take care of their whole family.
Right. The other part of the bill, it says it would limit excessive deductions for prison costs, fees, and fines. It would extend the basic workplace protections to people working inside of correctional institutions and allow earnings to better support their victims' families and savings for successful reentry. The measure has been introduced, but it hasn't become law. And so, y'all, if this is something that you're into and you're looking like for ways to address this on the systems level, there's a federal bill that you can actually do. Other reforms that I've seen that they're advocating for is to remove the slavery and involuntary servitude from the language of the 13th Amendment, because it says slavery shall be abolished except as punishment from crime. They're trying to remove the punishment from crime piece and just say, like, look, you can't have slaves whether or not they considered criminals or whatever, because we know the history of that as well. So again, it's a lot of work that has to happen with that, Jack. What if you had to land the plane on this one? Because again, we got 6 minutes and I want to make some announcements.
We didn't even get to talk about juice. Well, we did talk about a little bit.
Okay, land the plane on it. Just really, everybody, when we do these things, like the speakers that they had, I don't think neither one of them would have ever been to prison. So let's do it the right way. I don't blame that on council. I blame that on the presentation and the people presenting to give a real world perspective about it. And if we are really looking at the economy and the system, this will help people in prison and also helps the families because if everybody's financially strapped, you know, right now you can't afford to send your son that $100 a month that you send him when he's in prison.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
My mama sent me $100 every month, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I had or not.
I had an automatic deduction.
Yeah,
now that you say it, I had an automatic deduction for one of my cousins that was coming out, but then I realized it was like the fee was like 20%, 25% of the so just the fee to send them money. Like that's a whole industry. JPay was like robbing us without a pistol. So if you send $20, it's gonna cost you $5 to send $20.
And like free visits for county is no longer free. They charge you like 17 cents a minute to do because you no longer go. They don't have facilities here anymore.
It's all fake.
Because they got tablets, and then it's bootleg. You'll be on it. It'll cut completely out, and they charge.
Okay.
Me, I was on the phone with T. I was actually on the cruise. I'm in Italy. I'm like, bro, you gonna turn me to the take it on, bro? Hey, man, I'm out there stunting for my dog, man.
But then the phone calls, like all the stuff is doing through tablets now. And so like it's a lot of messed up stuff that happened. Yeah. And they charging you for everything. So yeah.
Roy say JPay and Bob Barker eating good. I think they said Charlie Chris had some investments in prison too at one time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I remember that conversation we used to have. All right, so let's do this. Let me get some announcements in because we got a lot happening again. We told you that and thank you, King Jab. I appreciate that perspective. And thank you for getting up, coming on in and joining the ride. But because like that is a perspective that we need, and the conversation will continue. So Pinellas County Schools, again, they're starting tomorrow. Families, make sure that you verify the transportation, the bell times, and all of these other new rules. We talked about the Civic Hub. And then next week, I guess we'll do it on Wednesday. I want to talk about this D-Flock St. Pete because there's this move around these cameras and what's happening. And then Saturday, Community Voices Candidate Forum. So Saturday, August 15th from 12 to 5 at the Childs Park Recreation Center. You can hear directly from candidates, ask them questions before casting your vote if you haven't done it already. Because, again, early voting is happening now. And this will be like your last chance before the primary.
Answer my question.
There you go.
I got you
come in with them.
All right. That means I'm going to wait to vote. I ain't going to vote, man.
You're going to hold on.
I'm going to go today. I'm going to wait now.
Then you're going to go to the forum so that you can hear what
I got some healers now.
So you can see where they stand on these issues. And then, of course, take the survey with the South St. Pete Community Redevelopment Area review. And then we're going to review the results on Wednesday, September 2nd, 11 to 2. So you go ahead and save the date, save the time. You'll hear more about that as well. But those are kind of my final thoughts in the announcement. So, Q, what you got last couple minutes?
Okay.
What was the thing? You said it was something.
We keep on. We'll hop back on it. But we've been talking about good stuff, so it's all good.
What's the thing?
Male, female.
The male, female, because we get into this conversation, and I would love to hear Jab.
Oh, Jab, can you come back on Wednesday?
Which one is this?
This is about male.
Can men and women be friends? Platonic friends? Can heterosexual male and female be best friends? Sit with that, and if you can come back on Wednesday,
sit with it, and then we'll come back with it. Yeah, me too. Because sit with it, and then we'll come back with it. I think I know what he's gonna say too, but I want you to sit with it. But yeah, be the change you want to be, and see. Write down those 5 things. Y'all stop following the trend, like. You know what I mean? Come on. We're at an age that we definitely know how to do our research. Nobody shouldn't be able to tell you stuff and then you just go with it.
Fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah, please. And yeah, y'all know who up next, Sister Hughes.
Yeah, wait. Okay, I don't know if we can read that. I see that he got a good flight.
Yeah, I just advocating for doula health. So if you are in the zip codes 1105 and
it's 12?
12, yeah.
Yeah.
It's free doula services. Hit me up.
Okay. Yeah. There you have it, folks. So up
Sister
next,
Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes and shout all around the house. This has been amazing, y'all. It's a great way to start the week. This is the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And this is King Jab.
And we out.
Bing, bing.
Boom, boom.